Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about the Lunar New Year squad builder. It is starting tomorrow / today, but very soon. So on Wednesday we're gonna get MCOC poker minus poker, kind of. But for most part I will try to refrain from editorializing this too much. We're gonna kind of like break down the gist of it, how you're gonna play it, and what the rewards will be. So test your luck and skill as we ring in the Lunar New Year. Important thing to note, Lunar New Year generally means red envelopes, which generally means potential to get a fairly decent haul of units. So I personally do look forward to this, mainly because of the red envelopes. Right, so overview. Squad Builder returns with a streamlined scoring format and some new twists to celebrate the new Lunar New Year. Summoners will once again receive free 2-star champions, 60 total this time. So that is the first kind of like the headline there. Every single player will receive 60 free 2-stars that will come maxed out, by the way. And that's kind of cool, especially if you're missing some. I mean, like, obviously 2-stars are kind of irrelevant, but it's always nice, to collect them, at least to me. I like getting more 2-stars. Squad Builder is once again restricted to these champions at this rarity, so we're making sure everyone can participate. So again, the first big thing is you get 60 free 2-stars. Standard mode only costs energy to enter, no set limit to how many times you can play. Maximum of 3 regular fights plus 1 boss fight per entry. Like before, you can take on the boss straight away if you're happy with your initial squad. So this immediately is a bit alarming, because previously both modes only required energy to enter. And that was also effectively the way Kabam kind of monetized it. If you wanted to grind it, you needed to get your hands on a ton of energy refills, be that via purchasing it with units or whichever way, popping open the green crystals. However, you wanted to get your energy refills, but that was the way kind of how Kabam monetized the rank rewards previously for high evolutionary at the time. This time around, it's a bit more worrisome, a bit more direct monetization, I suppose. Maximum of 3 fights is just like before, where you pick, defeat 1 out of 5 defenders. You can choose again defender who represents a number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and that will be how many champions you kind of swap out for a new set of random champs. And you can repeat this 2 more times, so 3 times in total, to try and kind of like get a matching set. I'm gonna touch up on that in a bit. So energized mode, which triples the point value of squad, will cost 1 Bronco token to enter rather than energy. Bronco tokens are earnable in weekly Clash event milestones and rewards, as well as from Lunar New Year gifting. Additional Bronco tokens will also be available for purchase and can be used either by yourself or as a gift to send to Alliance members. Now this is going to be kind of like the gifting and monetization element of it, because again, previously both of the modes required energy. It was like 5 and 15 energy, or 10 and 30 energy, or I don't remember the exact split, but basically it was the same idea, where the first mode required a little energy and you got less points, and the second one required more energy and gave you more points. Now, if you will want to play the big boy mode, which you will want to play if you want to grind for a high amount of points, then it looks like you're going to have to basically buy these tokens, which again obviously is such a Kabam thing to do that I'm not going to editorialize too much about it. But again, these are the type of things that always make me wary, and they very rarely end up for the good of the player. Think about the Coliseum tokens to upgrade the podiums. You can either grind or you can pay up. This is going to be kind of a similar thing, where you can either use energy and spend triple the amount of time to get the same amount of points that you can buy effectively. So it is what it is. To me, like, it more than likely means that even though I never necessarily, I didn't plan on grinding super hard for it, addition of these tokens and the fact that you're going to be having to purchase them automatically means, I'm not going to be going for a high score. I'm not going to spend money on some tokens for this stuff. No, thank you. Lastly, summoners will still want to build specific squad compositions to score points after defeating the boss. However, this time you'll want to build squads containing champions from the same factions to earn the most points. All 60 champions are divided into 5 different factions of each containing different number of champions: fire 22, earth 14, metal 10, water 8, wood 6. The point value of your squad is based on your champion's faction relative scarcity. Since fire has the most champions, full 5 champion fire faction reaction will earn 766 points, while assembling a much more difficult wood faction will earn a whopping 18,000 points. So this, again, is one of the things. Regardless what you thought about MCOC poker rules were not a problem of it. And had I had a chance to change anything of it, I think the point system would have been like one of the last things. Because, again, at the very least, majority of the players either knew the rules already, if you were familiar with poker, so you kind of knew what you're hunting for and what combinations you're after, or you could learn them quite quickly. This change, to me personally, would have been kind of like the last thing I change. I think, like, if you're gonna have MCOC poker, you know, then have MCOC poker. Now it's gonna be kind of like something completely different. So it could work, maybe. I'm sure that Kabam is way smarter than I am in many great different ways, and as we all know, Kabam always thinks everything through extremely well, and I'm sure they have tested this, and I'm sure that people will like this more than regular poker rules. It's always more fun to kind of like figuring it out completely from scratch rather than relying on some existing base knowledge that you had, right? Again, to me, this would have been like one of the few things, or one of the things that I would leave unchanged. But then again, I would have never imagined to also give players Bronco tokens and then directly monetize them. So I'm sure Kabam knows what's up. Right. To keep things fresh and the start of each fight, 3 random buffs will be applied to your champion. Additionally, you can gain 30% Fury passives by completing specific actions related to your champion's factions. Each full completion will add points to the weekly Clash Solo event. Solo event will contain regular side quest rewards and milestones. Top 50% of summoners in the weekly Clash Solo event will get points towards Alliance Stampede event to earn bonus rewards. Again, there's going to be a weekly event, and then there's going to be like the monthly event, effectively. Or, you know, the big event that we work towards. Because previously, again, you had like, I think 3 weeks where you could earn points individually, and then kind of like each week you had to place highly enough to be in good position for the final event. And this, you know, I'm fine with this, because to me, again, playing through MCOC poker, the actual MCOC fight, and I know it kind of sounds ridiculous, but one of the weakest parts of that game mode was the actual fight, because I saw barely any reason to have like a 2-star arena fight in the middle of it, I suppose. And again, it sounds kind of wild because this is Malcolm's the Champions game, but it just made it longer unnecessarily to me, where you chose how many, you know, champions you drop, you saw what you pull up, and you still had to go and do your fight. And that fight was always just a formality, but it just involved, you know, again, extra loading screens, extra time in actually doing that fight, and that fight being a basic arena fight, you know, it wasn't the highlight of this game mode, I'll put it like that. So if now, thanks to this, we can kind of like blitz through that fight quicker, I'd be very, very happy about that. In fact, I'd put on some mega nuke nodes that players can access, so you can spend less time fighting and more time actually trying to match your card combos. Solo objectives focus on defeating opponents in quests using champions from specific factions, plus earn a whole bunch of special new profile pictures. And here we can see the solo event rank rewards. These you will get like every week. Solo event milestones. where we're gonna have progression gifted selectors 1, 2, and 3 plus red envelope crystals. Those are the good ones with all the units in them. And the Bronco tokens, again, red envelope crystals. There's quite a lot of red envelope crystals, so I hope that we can get a good chunk of units from these. And here we can see that what's in the side quest selectors. For instance, for Valiant, you're going to have tier 6 class catalyst fragment selectors and Mysterium, and then you're going to have 7-star hero crystal shards and Mysterium, and you're going to have the special Valiant crystal shards and Mysterium, tier 7 basic catalyst fragments, 7-star awakening gem shards and Mysterium, and 7-star hero crystal shards. Then step 2, complete solo objectives and solo events to earn additional rewards. We're going to have these special selectors. Well, this is going to be the alliance rank rewards. As you can see, the first 7 alliances have a chance to get 7-star Heimdall effectively a month early. But if you're not going for that Heimdall, I can't say that the rank rewards are, to die for. You're not going to get a ton of rank up materials there at all. In fact, the first alliance gets Titan Crystal and a half and Max Sig Heimdall, which is by far the highest value there. Then Alliance event milestones will include these special Stampede bonus selectors 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mainly it's going to be the selector 4, but they do have kind of good rewards. It has 28 7-star signature stones plus some Nexus crystals. Then it has 18 7-star signature stones, Saga signature stones plus 7-star awakening gem crystal shards. Then you're going to get 7-star 1 to 2 rank up gem, and then each following one is going to be extra Titan shards. Which, again, Titan shards are really not doing it for me. For me, the highlight of this entire event, by far and away, unless you're going for that Heimdall, is the red envelopes, because it could have some units associated with it. So that actually makes it easier not wanting to purchase any of those Bronco tokens or grinding for it, I suppose. But there we go. MCOC poker-ish event is coming, I suppose, because it's not even poker anymore. It does have a different rule set. Obviously, I will be live tomorrow. We will be testing this out. We're going to be having a go, trying to get some rewards, trying to get some red envelopes. Hope you guys don't miss it. And tune in live tomorrow. Well, today, technically. We're on the edge. It's kind of like around midnight here. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have